You saw it first on CBS19.TV. Work is stopped on the Trans-Canada Pipeline in Hopkins County.
Early this morning outside Saltillo, protesters locked themselves to construction equipment over fears a potential tar sand spill could affect East Texans. CBS 19's Phil Sutton is live now in our Longview Bureau. And Phil, you were allowed onto the property this morning to talk with those protesters.
On TransCanada's controversial pipeline project showed up Wednesday morning to find more than just the muddy machines that they left behind.
I was willing to get arrested in order to show people, you know, what's happening here.
Through the axle of a giant excavator, Sarah Reed locked arms with Gary Stewart.
This is really the only moral thing that we can do.
They're two strangers brought together by one worry, that TransCanada's Gulf Coast extension will do more than just tear up some grass on its way to the ocean.
Constantly we hear about tar sand pipelines breaking, major spills.
It's not just polluting your neighbor's river. That river affects your land. It goes across where you live.
Didn't need any water?
Yeah, it's right
Locked to another excavator, Shannon Beebe got ready for a long, hot day as Stewart told us he was convinced he had to do something after seeing the devastation in Kalamazoo, Michigan, when a tar sands line leaked into the local river.
I even met someone from that town who has permanent brain damage from just living 6 miles away from the tar sand spill.
I told them from day one I didn't want them. Never wanted them.
It's not just the environment. Wood County landowner Susan Scott joined the protest after losing her land to eminent domain.
I signed under threat and duress.
Construction managers chose not to press trespassing charges, and the protesters stayed.
This is a good day.
Okay.
With caution, they're calling it a small victory with a chance at becoming a big one.
But if people realize they have the power to say no, then we can stop it.
Again, none of those protesters were arrested. In fact, we talked with the Hopkins County Sheriff's Office, and they confirmed that the contractor out there did not want to press charges. We can also tell you those protesters were left alone for the rest of the day, and not long ago they packed up and left, but there's no word whether they will go back later or not. Now, as for TransCanada did release a statement this afternoon. Here's what it is. It reads, quote, "Even though we have followed all the laws of the state of Texas, there are some who will not accept that the project is legally allowed to proceed. Protesters' claims that they disrupted construction are false. The reality is protesters attached themselves to that equipment and it was not in use today. Construction activity was not disrupted and continued as planned elsewhere today." TransCanada also said it hopes people will continue to be safe and respectful of all the work zones, no matter what they think about the project.